All right, so we're back again. Hello, Frank.
Hi, Jordan. How's your day?
It's uh, it's just begun, but it's good so far. What about
Nice.
yourself?
It's a lovely day out here in the digital world. Bullish as always.
Yes, sunny, 72 and sunny. Um, so cool. What we're going to talk about today is more automations. So automations are great. I love them because they allow me to sort of automate my decisions. Um, and we've talked about a lot of them. We've talked about auto buy. We've talked about auto sell. We've talked about a bunch of them together, but today we want to talk about what I think of as like core protection or protection plus, for lack of a better name, which is like the perfect bundle if you really want to protect your position, um, which is auto sell plus stop loss or trailing stop loss. So basically, the ability to gradually reduce your risk, as well as the ability to cut risk completely when a certain price or a certain threshold is hit. So I think probably with this one, maybe we can get right into it, but just want to hear your thoughts about the context, like the situation that a user might be in when they should think about setting this up. Would you set it up from the start? Um, and kind of what is your like what would your market outlook have to be, or how would you have to be thinking about the market, or where in the bull market or bear market would you need to be in order to think about this, or where you should in theory start thinking about this?
Yeah. So like having an auto sell and the stop loss at the same time is for any market circumstances really, because it's both a protection for you. And like if you watch the previous video on auto sell, you can find it always in like our channel. Then you will also hear that in using an auto sell in combination with the stop loss is especially recommended for big positions. And like with big positions, you should think on like Ethereum mainnet, like anything above like 2-3 million, and on the L2s anything above 500,000. Why is there a difference? Like what you need to know is that when a trigger executes, like especially when a stop loss executes, a stop loss will cover all of your debt with your collateral, and if you close to collateral, if you close to your debt token, then it is selling all of your collateral for your debt token. And that can cause, like if you are in a big position, that can cause some price impact, meaning an extra loss for you, that you that you get just by this trigger being executed. So, in order to protect you from that, when you have a stop loss active, you might also want to have an auto sell active. Or when you have an auto sell active, you might just want to have a stop loss active. Like these work great in tandem. So yeah, that's it. And like what you need to know about them is like your auto sell is selling parts of your position at recurring moments, whilst your stop loss is selling your entire position at a given LTV. And they both use the stop loss, or the regular stop loss, and the auto sell use a trigger LTV, whilst a trading stop loss uses a trigger price. So there's a slight difference there, and we can get into that.
Okay, yeah, let's definitely get into it. I'm curious to see how we can actually set this up.
Sure. So let me show it on the screen. Let me show you how you can set up an auto sell next to your how you can set up a stop loss next to your auto sell. So this is a position. It has a current net value of $78.79. and that's fine because this is an AVV3 position on Arbitrum. It's a wrapped Bitcoin USDC position with a current multiple of around 2x. This position has already a auto sell set up. The trigger is at 56%, the target is at 50%, and it is a recurring sell order all the way to 50,000 rep Bitcoin per USDC. So that means that until 50,000, uh, it will sell just small parts of your position. But then after the 50,000, there's currently no protection on this position. So that's good to be aware of. So that's why we might want to set up a stop loss. And for the stop loss, as we already pointed out, there's two options. There's the regular stop loss, which works on a given LTV and it doesn't increase in any way. And there's the trailing stop loss, which works with the trailing distance and so it's price focused instead of LTV focused. So the like the stop loss. If you want to have a stop loss setup, you need to have it set up slightly higher. So, for example, 57%, because then what that means is you will have a recurring order all the way to 50,000, and then the stop loss at 57 percent. So, like once 50,000 is breached and the 57% is breached, then it stops you out.
Right.
Then the trailing stop loss, if you want to set up that, well, let's actually do it.
Now, Frank, sorry, like just before, so just to be clear, the auto sell is you're gradually reducing risk once you hit 50K. Once the price of BTC hits 50K, you're like, okay, enough with the gradual risk. I want to be fully out. And in order
Yes.
to express that, you're going to do a trailing stop loss. But remind me again, like, how to think about, like, what is the core trade off that you're doing between a trailing stop loss and a stop loss by making that decision? Because they're the same at the start, but how will that actually impact your behavior or your management of the position
Yeah.
later on by making that decision?
So, like, if you choose a trailing stop loss and you want to use it in combination with this auto sell, you need to make sure that it starts at like a price below this 50,000. So, for example, I want to have it at 49,000. Uh, so let's set that up. Um, so it's slightly above 49,000, but that slide above doesn't have any impact, any real impact on what you're estimated to receive. But that means that your trailing distance is 14,100. And what you also need to be aware of is that with this, like as the price increases, like let's say the price goes from the 63,000 to 70,000, then your trailing stop loss has also increases. So and it increases to a point where your auto sell might not be eligible anymore. Um,
And
so yeah,
that's because your stop loss price has gone above the price at which you would even like the auto sell would be triggered,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. So like okay, it would actually need to move all the way to like the 56,000 in order for the auto sell to never be triggered anymore.
Hmm.
But that can happen. So actually, I misspoke there where I said it needs to cross the minimum sell order, but it would need to cross the your next auto sell trigger in order for it never to be triggered anymore.
Right. Right. Okay.
Um,
And in that case, if you actually wanted to have this still working as it does, as you originally set up, you would have to move your auto sell to a new um,
Yeah,
trigger LTV. Um,
correct.
right. Okay. So that's
Uh,
the core difference. Is you'd kind of still have to manually manage it a little bit to work
yeah,
exactly as how you set it up with a trailing stop loss.
yes, but like the nice thing about the trading stop loss is like if you want to use this a little bit more tight. So let's say, well, let's use 5,500. Is it? Yeah. No, let's do 7,000. So that's just you can set it up that it's just slightly below your next sell price. So it will first uh, like the it will first when it just hits the 56,000 and it doesn't hit the 56,009, it will only trigger your order sell. But if the price continues to increase, then you have this trailing stop at a quite a tight distance. If you want, you can set it all the way up to 100 distance from the current price, and thereby also capturing the upside. We have a video on just the trailing stop loss um, as well. So if you want to check that out, just check out that video. But for now, I'll set it up to be in tandem, and I think it will make sense to have it at like at 50,000. So let's confirm that.
Great.
So yeah, that's all set. So now the trailing distance is 13,200. The current market price is 63,250. That means that your dynamic stop price is currently at 50,050. We call this dynamic because if the price increases and like the if the current market price is higher than the last market price since you've set it up, then your dynamic stop price will also increase slightly.
So if this price goes to 80K, it will be around what, 60 or 77? Um, 70,
67. 67, yeah.
yeah,
Math,
67.
math,
Sorry. A little early.
math, math is hard in Toronto.
Yes, that's right.
They use different kinds of math on the East Coast.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
The it's it's miles versus kilometers. It's
Yeah.
80K versus 63K. Yeah, uh,
Yeah,
I, I,
exactly.
I'm joking, man. But yeah, no. So if you like this video and if you like our joking around, please let us know in the comments below. And yeah, always happy to help you out. And if you have any issues, reach out to us in our Discord or yeah, or just let it know in the comments. And if you liked it, leave a like.
Smash that like, smash that subscribe button, and leave a comment.
All right, see you later.
Thank you.
Bye.